coming to talk about why do you buy your toothpaste? Does anyone know? Why do you buy it? The first thing that comes to your mind is because you need to make your tooth better, whiter, you need to protect it or anything. But actually, that's not the real thing. You buy it because of another reason. You buy it because you think it will get you in love. Why? Because when you look of the advertising, if you look on the advertising of the toothpaste, you see it says, oh, it will heal your teeth, it will protect it and everything. But at the last segment of the ad, you see the guy is coming out of the elevator and the girl comes and look at him and love. What does that have anything to do with toothpaste? Did you ever love the girl because of her white teeth? So how we can convince you, what is all this process is called? Advertising, maybe? Okay, how can I make that association? Maybe by advertising. Actually, it's not advertising, it's bullshit. Yeah, that's the real case. The thing is, TV is doing that kind of advertising thing, but it's lying all the time, right? We all know that we're not buying detergents because it will make, it will clean our clothes. We're buying it because the mother will hug her baby by the end of the ad and like, Mom, I love you now because my clothes looks better. It's not the real thing. We all know that. But that's why we buy stuff. We buy Coca-Cola because it's happiness. We buy Pepsi because it's daring, whatever. So that's what's advertising is all about. But advertising is not only selling products. It sells products and it sells services, and sometimes it sells causes. And that's what is really should be called advertising, when you sell a cause. And that's when advertising is right and noble. And that was the thing here. The thing here that is the Egyptian revolution had the best advertising campaign ever, in my point of view. And I'll try to convince you why. I'll try to advertise for my point of view. The thing is, how did people know about the revolution? There was a revolution coming. Actually, we were all anticipating the revolution. And that was the beautiful thing of it, right? We all knew that something will happen. We were, in a way, maybe we all thought that it wouldn't be that big, but we all expected something to happen. And I think this advertising campaign was built in like a year or something. But the beautiful thing of that advertising campaign that it was spontaneous, unintentional, and so popular in the same time. First, when you try to advertise something, you have to have something to advertise for, right? A product, a service, a cause, as we said. So when you need to sell something, you have to create a need in the consumer or in the audience, right? I want to sell you my toothpaste, so how can I sell you that? I want you to need it. So how can you need it if you are free from a certain danger, right? So you are trying to protect yourself from a problem. That's how we sell stuff. The problem, we had a problem. But actually, before that advertising campaign, we weren't fully aware that we had that problem. So what happened is this kind of advertising campaign through all the media told you that you have a problem. You have a problem in the Constitution, freedom of speech, your rights, and everything. We started to hear that, right? For 1.5 years, we started to hear that from everyone. We have a problem, we have a problem. We kept begging people to understand that we have a problem. But people wouldn't listen to that. So the advertising campaign needed a logo, an icon, and a picture. And that picture was the picture of a young guy killed. A young, handsome guy being brutally beaten, and we have the picture of his corpse. Without that picture, a lot of things wouldn't happen. We had the picture of Khalid Said being beaten to death. We all saw that, how can I call it? It was an ugly picture. It was an awful picture. And beside it, we saw the Yansam hangman, right? We all felt so angry of what happened to him, right? We all sympathized with him, right? So we had that icon. every product has a logo, right? Burger King, McDonald's, everything. They all have logos. So we started to have a logo and an icon. And that was all spontaneous, thanks to Habib Al-Adli, thanks to the ministers of internal affairs, thanks for the security, thanks to the police. They gave us that icon. After that icon, you know, when you have a logo for something, you need to create an anticipation for the product to come. Like coming soon to Egypt. Burger King is coming soon. That coming soon was Tunisia. We had that anticipation. You know this billboard, question mark, soon in Egypt. That was Tunisia. That was the anticipation before the product comes to the market. We had this kind of anticipation. After that, you know, when they try to do an advertising campaign, they go to the advertising agency and give them the brief. They tell them, this is how we need to market and advertise for the product. So we need to choose the medium. The kind of medias we need to project our a commercial on, right? Like billboards, like TV commercials, like internet and everything like that. Thanks to God, all these mediums are not credible anymore. So the revolution by itself, so spontaneously, chose the other mediums, like YouTube, like the very bad edited videos. We started to believe those videos more than the high-budget commercials on TV, right? When you see a high-budget commercial on TV now, you don't believe it. You believe those tiny videos on YouTube that very badly edited and have the worst fonts ever, right? And like the fonts are coming and dissolving and like they are really bad, but we believe them now because they are done by the people, not by those who try to manipulate you. Those people are more credible, right? The other thing, the Facebook, the pictures, the best picture ever that promoted something was that picture of the 25th of 50,000 people standing in Tahrir in top angle. We all put that picture on our profile pictures, right? We saw it on everyone. I remember that day, I logged on Facebook, and I saw 25 of your friends change their profile pictures, and it was all that picture, right? That was the first picture. That was the first billboard, but it was on my friend's profile picture, not on billboards in the streets. That's why I believed it more, right? That's what we all felt. The third thing is word of mouth. Word of mouth is the most credible tool of advertising. Why? Because you always buy from your friend. If I come and tell you, this car is the best car ever, it's not like your friend tells you that. You believe your friend, you buy from your friend. So people started tweeting and writing messages and writing statuses on Facebook and writing notes. And that's what I did myself. After the 25th, I had a very traumatic experience. And I went home the day after, and I started writing about it. And actually, I didn't know how to write it. I was so scared. This is the first time I say it. I was so scared. I was scared shitless, and I was writing that note. And at the end of it, I thought this note should have a very powerful statement at the end. So I wrote that cliche word, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I was so lying. I was so weak. I was so afraid, and I thought about clicking that post a lot. I thought about it. Should I post that or not? I was too afraid that the security will get me from my home. I was so scared. But I thought that this word of mouth responsibility, I need to make people more enthusiastic about this. And I put that, and I put that click, and I clicked on publish or post or whatever, and I was amazed by how many times it was shared on the internet, and how many messages I got. I got like more than thousands of messages in 2 days. And it was great. Thank God the internet went down after that. They cut it. So I have my excuse. That's why I didn't, that's why I didn't answer your messages. Anyway, after that, the best thing that ever happened to the revolution was the competitors. The best thing when you're putting your advertisement, that the competitor's advertisement is worse than yours. Actually, it was way worse. Thank God. If I give the credit to anyone, it will be the Ministry of Information. They put the worst campaign ever. We should clap for them. Thank you, Mr. Former Minister. You gave us the worst campaign ever. It was promoting for us all the time. Thank you. That shot of the bridge, so empty, that was the best shot in the revolution. We went down to the street so we can say, here we are. Okay? And the great thing is, the great thing about this advertisement campaign was the awareness of the people how to advertise for Tahrir. Whenever the national TV was saying something, people next day were proving that they were wrong, they are lying. So they give the credibility to Tahrir. They said, hey, be aware. They are all Muslim Brotherhood and people from Iran. So the next day, Christians were praying with Muslims. Wow! Those were so smart people there in Tahrir. They were trying their best to say those are liars. The second day, national TV was saying, oh, the boys and girls there are sleeping together, you know? They are all having sex and harassing each other. Next day, people on all the other TV channels. There's not one single act of sexual harassment here. And all the girls, we are walking free, like. So, those were so smart. The third day, they were saying on national TV, there will be a chaos if I resign. The other day, people were cleaning the... How smart? How smart? How smart were the people? They were not doing that because they had an agenda. They were doing that because they were so smart to promote the square to the other people. Come with us. We have utopia on earth. We all agree that when we went to Tahrir Square, it was utopian, right? We all agree of that. And that was so smart. That was so smart of the people. Actually, I have a personal story because about one year and a half ago, me and a couple of my friends, we made a TV commercial, TV announcement or whatever. It was a 30 seconds commercial that we put on YouTube. It was about doing election cards. I don't know if many of you have seen it, but it was about young boys and girls saying their opinion about the country. Like testimonies, close shots of them talking. But we can't actually hear their voices. We are only hearing the ambience, the voices of the street. But we can't hear the voices of those young boys and girls. And we said by the end of the ad, have a voice, make an election card. And we put it on YouTube, and it was like not more than 10,000 people or something saw it. A couple of people made those election cards. And then we started to convince them to boycott the elections, actually, and not to go on because it's all corrupted. But the thing is, one of the times when I went to Tahrir, I found someone, and he came to me and told me, someone that I actually didn't know, and he came to me and told me, "You're Amr, right?" And I told him, "Yes." He told me, "Can you hear me?" Yes? I have a voice now. And that's what really amazed me. People in the square had a voice. Right now, they are trying to make us afraid from the chaos. They are saying we will have troubles for a couple of months or years. Who knows? You have to stop everyone. You have to stop because we are going through chaos right now. And that's what they were saying since the first day of the revolution. What I believe is happening now in Egypt is a new baby being born. What happens when the baby leaves his mother for the first time? He's crying and screaming, right? When the women give birth to her child, newly born child, he's screaming and crying. But why is he screaming and crying? Is he sad? He's not. He's just trying to breathe for the first time. And that's what's happening right now. Maybe you hear some screaming and crying and loud voices, but it's all because we are trying to breathe for the first time. It's the first time that we start to use our lungs. So very soon, and I guarantee, we will see that baby smiling for the first time. Thank you.